This is the place where you can ask for help, offer some help, or find out about people going above and beyond for others in the county. Today, we're going to hear about the Elliot Holmes Memorial Fund. Elliot was a pupil at Mepham School. He died 5 years ago when he was 19. He took his own life. Since then, his family from Isted Rise have been raising money to pay for private mental health therapy for school children in Gravesham. Last year, they referred 172 young people for counselling in the area. It's amazing, isn't it? Peter Scutts is Elliot's stepdad. He's with us this morning. Thanks for being with us, Peter. Hello.
Oh, good morning.
This is something incredible that's being done by you and the rest of the family, started by something so painful and awful, so difficult. But do you feel in a way that the way you've all been able to come together has really helped you all personally?
Oh, most definitely. You say that we've done it, but it's a we as in the whole community as well. I mean, we couldn't have achieved what we achieved without the community getting behind us and giving us the support they have.
Community is definitely the heart of it all, isn't it, really? And we talk about this on Make a Difference every day, about how much it's astonishing how people come forward and say, what do you need? How can I help? And in a world where sometimes we think everything's awful, you realise that there's some really good people out there.
Yes, and I think what we've done is we've put a model in place where communities can take the lead and play a major role in addressing, some of these issues in their own community. Without it, they're just looking to the government to solve it all the time. And really, this problem is so huge. There is no way in the world the government will solve this on their own. We've all got to take a little bit of ownership of this and try and do something.
Before we get to what you are all doing and how it's working and how people can help, tell me about Elliot. Tell me about him.
Oh, God. Elliot was... He was a very likeable young lad. He had a huge number of friends. He went to Mepham School. He had friends in Isted Rise, Southfleet, in Mepham. When we had a balloon release shortly after he passed, there was 500 of his friends turned up. We had 300 turn up at his funeral. This was during COVID. That would just give you an idea of how popular he was.
Do you, I know it's hard, Peter, and thank you for sharing that with us, but do you think of, when you're doing any kind of campaign here, launching, trying to bring people together, he must be absolutely in your mind every time?
He is, but I think to make headway, you've got to try and switch off some way.
Yeah.
To achieve the goals. He is the very reason why we're doing this. Whilst we're helping the young people, the other thing that not many people actually know is we're doing it because we don't want any other parents going through what we did. And it's just impossible to grasp the pain.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. And that pushing forward as well and trying to think, right, okay, how do we all do anything here beyond this? Because for many people that might just be, stopping yourself, just stopping wanting to do anything. But to be able to push forward and kind of think, right, okay, there are other kids out there who maybe need support, who need the opportunity to speak to someone about what they're going through. And that's what you've been able to do by grabbing hold of these ideas of private counselling, counsellors who are being able to help with people in schools and leisure centres, with other charities, at the local hospital, all these things, all coming as a result of the Elliot Holmes Memorial Fund. And a huge number of people, it seems, that you're able to help. And that must be... on the one hand, you wish you weren't having to even provide any kind of service like this, but on the other hand, grateful that you can.
I think the light bulb moment came about a year after we lost Elliot. I found out that there was a huge a number of local private counsellors who counselled young people that weren't being used at all by the NHS. So whilst you had all these young people on waiting lists, the help was always there. It just wasn't being utilised. And what we've done is deployed that so these young people can get help and fast.
And we know, don't we, that, you know, the NHS are under enormous pressure and a struggle to try and make everything happen. And a big conversation's happening about, you know, how the NHS runs right now, that the government are sort of pushing forward. So it'd be interesting to see whether that tackles what you've just talked about there. And but the funding that you're having to do is because counselling can be very expensive if you go private. So I guess that's why you continue to raise. Nell's Cafe in Gravesend were on the show last week. I know they're a massive supporter of yours.
Yes, yeah, they are. And we've got a huge number of clubs and organisations supporting us. And the issue one of the biggest things that people don't realise is that in at least 30%, maybe even higher than that, I've got the figures here somewhere, these young people, the problems and issues they have are with their own family. So they can't access through GPs and whatever, you know, it's just too slow. Even if they had the gumption to get it, they still need a referral. And this whole business with getting referral just has to be cut out. I mean, when a 13, 14-year-old cries for help, they want help. They don't want barriers. You know, they want to be able to find help and quick. And they can just simply go on our website, self-refer, and we will have a counsellor in contact with them. On average last year, it was within 6 days.
That's amazing, Peter. Thank you for sharing that. I'll give the website out in a moment. But for 2025, a lot of this has to be funded by people helping and fundraising. What big plans have you got?
Well, we've got the number of organisations and clubs involving or wanting to support us is huge. And the more that get involved, the more people who find out about it. And they're actually coming to us for the support. We've recently had Ebbsfleet United take us on as their community partner. So that gives us another outlet to reach other clubs.
I want to give the website out for people to help you fundraise any donations that you're looking for. Just go to www.ehmf.org.uk. That's www.ehmf.org.uk. Thank you for being part of our show. Thank you for all the many, many people who I know are supporting you, who are making a difference. Peter, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks, Dominic. Okay.
Peter Scutts on BBC Radio Kent. Elliot Holmes' stepdad, the Elliot Holmes Memorial Fund, who are making a difference across the county of Kent.